How you guys doing today? Okay, so I want to do another semi sort of quick let's talk code video. I still forget what I'm calling these. First off, I'm not gonna lie and say I worked on it this last week. I was a little too busy. However, I did come up with some ideas, and I want to answer some of your questions from the beta page on exactly what I plan to do with this. Let's go. Aaron Little, Dovido, subscribe. Oh, thank you, sir. Keep up the good work, man. Looking forward to the final version. Yes, as am I. Gustav, awesome. Glad to hear your thoughts. Put your face to the name. And excited to hear how things are going. Yes. So that was sort of what I wanted to accomplish with that last video. I wanted to have a way where I could interact with you guys in a way that's different than me just typing out some text and you reading it and blah, 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 blah. Putting a face to the name specifically is what I wanted to do. I think that me just saying, hey, I'm one developer by myself working on this. Sorry, it takes a while. I have life. You guys read that, and not you personally, but an average person would probably read that and like, oh, he's either making excuses or you don't visualize it. So allowing you guys into my world a little bit, showing you my YouTube channel so you can see what I do on a daily basis, my 2 jobs, my YouTube channel, my programming. You can see maybe more, not only the face, which is fun, but you can see what my life actually consists of, so you can maybe understand a little bit more why it takes so long for me to iterate on the program, as well as see the personality behind who's creating this idea. Okay, so here's a question. Gustav, looks great, thank you. How do you plan to integrate the full apps list? I'm still pushing for a swipe. Okay, actually, there is going to be something like that. I'll get that in a second. Also, will there be the option to pin apps directly to the main list in addition to the groups? That I'll touch on in a second. Keep the good work, thank you. Okay, so as far as apps list being a swipe, yes and no-ish. So I agree with you. I still think the apps list should be a swipe away. However, I want to do it in a way that is not only a little bit different than a standard launcher, because we all have the one app drawer, everything's there, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. It's been done before. I want to do something that's a little unique and a little different, but still hopefully convenient and easy to use. So if you want an application or anything, and this isn't integrated, if you want an application or a page or anything, and this hasn't been integrated yet, like I said, I haven't worked on it this week, but you would pull down. So as you're scrolling through the list, if you scroll from the top, you'll pull down, and almost like if you've been on Twitter or Inbox or any of those applications that use the pull down to refresh option, it'd be the same idea, but you pull down and immediately a search box at the top will come up. Under the search box, there will be a button for all apps, all contacts, or maybe all settings, something else. But as soon as you swipe down, search box pops up, keyboard pops up, and you can immediately start typing. So let's say I want to use Chrome, pull down, boom, search box pops up. I type in Chrome, and immediately it shows up in the list. I can then either grab and drag it to pin it to one of the categories, or I can just press to launch. So yes, a single gesture to get to them, but not a single gesture to get to the entire list. A gesture to get to the search, and then if you want the entire list, you can hit all apps, or you could just start typing the app you want, and it'll come up. The reason I want to do it that way, it has a lot to do with the fact that I hear so much as far as app lists, a request to, one, have the swipe, but then 2, have the ability to hide applications or hide shortcuts in the all apps list that you don't want there. I think, empathetically, that is way too annoying of a situation for the end user. When I make an app, I don't focus on what would make it easier for me. I focus on what would, as a programmer, what would make it easier for me to make, but what would make it easier for the user to actually do. And I think having an apps list and then saying, oh, I don't want this app here, and having to like maybe long press on it, hit hide apps, and then there has to be a second settings menu for hidden apps and pulling some of them back in. I think that's too clunky. I have yet to come up with a way that you could do that and it not feel very annoying. So I thought, rather than doing an all apps list and you scroll through, you have your main screen that has your pins, and then you can go, hey, I need an app that's not my pins, pull down, and then just start typing the app, and then it comes up. So that way you don't have to scroll through the whole list of apps. You just start typing which one, and then it's there. It alleviates the problem of having to worry about removing apps from a list that you don't want to see, because you're not seeing anything except for what you type in the search bar. Also, then there doesn't have to be a second menu for unhiding applications or managing apps that are hidden and aren't hidden, It's much more fluid, much easier for you as a user to jump in and out of. But it still retains the ability to not see a bunch of apps you don't care about if you're just trying to get to Chrome or to Twitter or to Facebook or whatever you have that might not be pinned. So that is what I'm working on next. I don't have a specific name for it, let's just say Universal App Search. And then you can grab an app from there, drag it right down to one of the categories and pin it in. And I want this all to be fluid so it feels like a layer above the application you're already using. It's very smooth, very easy to use, and if you grab, drag, drop, it'll animate the entire thing so you see it like from big shrinking to small to go into the category. And I wanted it to be very pleasant and very fun to use, and I think that. So anyway, that is my current mentality and where I want to go with it. What are your thoughts? And if you guys have more questions, throw them either in this video as a comment or in the developer page, and then I'll respond to them next week. I want to do a programming update video at least once a week. I'm thinking this coming Thursday I'm going to start meeting up with my friend Evan to program with him more, and I think maybe Thursdays I'll film a programming video and then post on Fridays. So this might become a Friday reoccurring thing. However, I promise I'll do at least one a week. And thank you guys for watching. Doesn't that make sense? Don't forget to subscribe. See you tomorrow. Woo!